This was the scene at a Los Angeles Nordstrom Saturday, 4 p.m., when a group of more than 30 people rushed in and ransacked that store. Police say the suspects got away with nearly $100,000 worth of merchandise. 2024 GOP presidential candidate Larry Elder joins me now. Larry, it's always good to speak with you, sir. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. So what is your plan to combat the crime crisis that is happening in this country, in particular in places like LA, San Francisco, New York, and Chicago?
Well, first, let me apologize for the hoarseness of my voice. I'm told the only time a candidate doesn't lose his voice is if he's not working hard. As you can see, I am working hard. And the reason I am running and the reason I'm asking people to go to my website, larryelder.com, and contribute at least $1 so I can get to that 40,000, to get to that 40,000 individual donations to qualify for that first debate, is because the 10,000-pound elephant in the room that nobody's talking about, even on our side, is the real epidemic in America is not COVID. It's the epidemic of fatherlessness. 70% of black kids today enter the world without a father in the home, married to the mother, up from 25% back in 1965. 25% of white kids now enter the world without a father in the home, married to the mother. And the stats are clear. When you are raised without a dad, you're 5 times more likely to be poor and commit crime, 20 times more likely to end up in jail. Now, unless you're prepared to say black people are just genetically inclined to commit more crime, because the majority of these smash and grabs are committed by black people, you have to ask yourself, out of a population of 13%, half of the homicide victims in this country are black, almost all killed by other black people. 60% of the homicides, the shootings, and the robberies are committed by black people, again, often against other black people. A young black male is age 10 to 43 is 13 times more likely, I'm not making this up, more likely to be murdered than a young white man in the same demo. Unless you're prepared to say black people are just genetically inclined to commit more crime, you have to ask yourself what the devil is going on. And what the devil is going on is the epidemic of fatherlessness. We are now incentivizing women to marry the government and incentivizing men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility, and virtually nobody is talking about this. That's the genesis of all of this. If I were involved in some smash and grab like this, I would be more afraid about what my father would do to me than I would what the cops would do to me. These kids are afraid of neither because they don't have fathers in the home, and the cops are demoralized. They're pulling back. They're not engaging in proactive policing. As a result, there are thousands of what I call excess casualties that have taken place in city after city after city because the cops are not engaged in normal proactive policing, and morale is down, and as a result, manpower is down. And when you make it easier for a bad guy to steal, to do bad things, crime goes up. They may be criminals, but they're not stupid.
Larry, no, it is devastating what's happening in these cities. Believe me, and I do not doubt your statistics one bit. I do want to ask you, though, about this. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez suggesting that he may drop out of the presidential race if he doesn't make the GOP debate stage. You have not met the criteria yet. So will you say today that if you don't meet the criteria by August 23rd, that you will drop out of the race?
Oh, such negativity. I'm on track to make it to the 40,000 individual donors. I don't have a plan B. My plan B is to make plan A work. I will see you in Milwaukee. Game on, hold my beer. Just go to my website, larryelder.com. $1 from 40,000 individuals, and this question is now moot.
That is an answer, and I'll take it. Larry, we hope to see you there. We certainly hope that you join us as well. Larry Elder, it's always great to see you, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.